Hi, this is Erkin, co-founder of Koru AI. Today I'm going to show you how to use the platform. Koru AI, once integrated into your APIs, it will learn about your users and your API, your code, and it will create the security policies needed to stop hackers at the runtime for you. It's totally custom to your API. You can see the same security for each at two places, and this means that whatever you code, it can be protected. So let's start with the dashboard. First, you have to create a new app. Let's take this one, app 2. After creating the app, you need to npm install Korea package so you can integrate it into your code base. But before that, I'm going to show you which API we're going to protect today. This is an app, a web-coded app that has an IDOR vulnerability in it. An IDOR is an authorization vulnerability class that is extremely common and we see it everywhere. So with this API, with this application, it has a front end and API. You can see there's a user, Ahmet Kork, and he is part of a company called Easy Commerce Inc. And when you click this load team members, it will get us the users belonging to this company. And we have another session here, a secure fintech Inc. And when we click this button, it will get us the three users belonging to this company. Now let's put our hacker hat on and try to exploit this kind of behavior. This is Burp Suite, a popular tool used by web hackers. And when we click this button, you see we have a request to API get stop endpoint. Let's remove this cache header, and we can get these two users. And let's do the same for this company as well. And when we make this request, we receive the three users belonging to this company. The issue here is that the company ID here is deterministic of the value returned here. So when we copy this company ID of secure fintech Inc. and paste it into Easy Commerce Inc.'s user station, it will get us the secure fintech's company user info. Now, let's see how Koru AI can help with that. First, we have to install the package. Stop the server, install the package, edit the code, import Koru AI, and also use Express middleware for integration. We only support Express servers at this stage, so it's not possible to use in any other API or code bases. Okay, let's say local time is enabled because we actually want to start hackers, and that's it. Like it's this easy. Then you close it, save it, and you run the server again. Now, when you deploy the server, I just done npm run dev here, but when you actually go live, when you go to production, you need to wait for some time for Koru AI to learn about your API. Let's say we say load team members. In this case, assume that your normal users are making API requests. It doesn't matter it's a GET request, POST request, PUT request, and what kind of uh, database or structure you have. The only requirement is to be an Express API. And let's make this request as well, and we'll receive this on the three user company. Now, I'll just imitate normal user behavior here and send this request a couple of times over and over again. But in real time, depending on how much traffic you have, you need to wait for some time for users to actually create traffic for you. If you have like too much traffic, you can just wait the 10 minutes. But if you have less traffic, it can take a couple of hours. Now let's go back to the dashboard. In the dashboard here, we'll see the request made, like 11 requests, and from here you can see the request and maybe view content. And when you go to policies tab, you need to create you need to click on start policy creation button. And this will start the processing. There is a processing, the normal processing and post processing here to validate the rules created are normal, they don't break anything, and there's actually quite a bit of steps that Koru AI does to make sure your API actually gets secure. So let's wait some time here. It can take a couple of hours if you have like 100 or 200 API endpoints, but we only have one here, so it's gonna take shorter time. But the warming up time is like happens one time, so the only thing that changes is the after the warm up. Okay, It's done. Now, as you see, it's classified as a high security policy, high severity security policy, and it says it's an IDOR. And from this, you can read the description. The description for API/get step is this policy protects against IDOR vulnerabilities by ensuring that users can only access staff data for the company they belong to. It verifies that the user ID from the authentication token is present in the list of staff members returned by the API, preventing unauthorized access to other companies' sensitive information. Okay, that sounds about right. Now let's try. But before we try that, keep in mind that there is a 1 minute delay between your API and the platform to synchronize. So during that time, let me show you something other than this, and let's look at a more crowded API, which has like more than 150 endpoints. This is NodeBB, an open source forum project, and we integrated Koru AI to that. And when we look at the completed jobs, there's like 52 of them, and there's also no privacy needed one. When you say no privacy needed in your APIs, do not worry, it's there because there could be two possibilities for them to be there. One is that there's no need for a security policy for that endpoint. Second is that you don't have enough data about that endpoint, so the anything created from the AI isn't actually good, so it's actually just result. And the security policies, there are different kind of policies like broken access control path traversal here. There are about SQL injections and kind of like say logic vulnerabilities here. And as you see, each of them custom to Node Depending on what kind of feature have, what kind of stuff your API actually has, it will be the custom policies for that. So let's go back to the API, and as you see, the server is running, and when we try to actually exploit this, let's see if enough time has passed. This is, okay, this is normal request, and this is other request. Yeah, let's make this request, and as you see, that we can get the info of secure fintech, and we can get the info of easy commerce. So it works as intended for normal users. But let's act like an hacker here. Copy this user ID, like company ID, paste it here, and try to get info of other company. And as you see, we received anomaly detected response, and the hackers are blocked. But as a developer, what you're gonna see is that when you move to anomalies dashboard, you will see an anomaly here, and it says either detected user ID with this and access stuff that where the UID wasn't present. And when you see the request, this is the request made, and you see the original response and the response prevented to the attacker. So you know that there is a vulnerability here, and the vulnerability is expressed here. And when you click the view policy, it will show you the policy created, but there is a synchronization here right now. Also, you can see the analytics about this. We just create. There's not much here. You can see how many anomalies you experience your request volume, and you can see the overview. And that's about it. See ya.